Hey everyone, welcome back to K Joy Newsroom. I'm your host Ara, and today we're going to talk about NewJeans Hanni being accused of lying about her past statement in court, with many demanding a public apology. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update from KJoy. NJZ, formerly known as NewJeans, member Hanni has suddenly found herself at the center of a massive debate in Korea. It all began after a now viral post on Pann accused her of lying about a past incident, drawing major backlash and demands for her to apologize publicly. The viral post read, "Shouldn't NewJeans Hanni issue a public apology?" All of this turned out to be a lie. It's seriously creepy. The controversy goes back to Hanni's earlier statement describing an alleged incident between her and ILLIT. In her version of the story, she said a Belift Lab manager told other artists to ignore her, which supposedly led to several members passing by without greeting her. However, following the latest court ruling, Korean netizens are now insisting that Hanni was lying. The court verdict placed the blame on ADOR's CEO, Min Hee-jin, stating that based on the CCTV footage, it was difficult to accept that Hanni had experienced hostile behavior. This revelation reopened old wounds, and Hanni's old Instagram post about the same situation resurfaced online. In that post, she wrote, "I remember everything clearly. I was going to say something in court, but I held it in. How can you take one part of a conversation and shift its meaning to benefit your point of view when I was the one who wrote that message? Whilst you present yourself as a company that wants the best for us, please stop harassing me, ADOR and HYBE." Soon after, this renewed debate became one of the most talked about topics on Pann, surpassing 85,000 views. The comments quickly turned scathing, with some calling the NewJeans star a perpetrator. One netizen wrote, "For real, she's the perpetrator here." Another commented, "It's not just about a public apology. She could actually be prosecuted for perjury in the National Assembly. She should be grateful no one's filed charges yet." One even said harshly, "She's not even human." Another pointed out, "Really? I bet a Korean judge would think he's the one being harassed." And one wrote thoughtfully, "Isn't she in her mid-20s? Why is she acting like a high schooler?" Collectively, the tone among Korean netizens has been overwhelmingly negative. Many are expressing disappointment, frustration, and anger, saying that Hanni's statement has hurt the credibility of both her and her group. Now, as for how the court came to this conclusion, it's connected to the larger case between ADOR and the 5 NewJeans members. During the October 29, 2025 hearing at the Seoul Central District Court, presided over by Judge Jung-ho-il, the court delivered its decision on the exclusive contract validity lawsuit between ADOR and the members. It was concluded that NJZ had to return to ADOR because it was difficult to recognize that they had been mistreated by the company. One of the controversies examined in this trial was Min Hee-jin's claim that an ILLIT manager told the group to ignore and walk past Hanni. This story became symbolic of the growing tension between ADOR and HYBE's sublabel, Belift Lab. But according to the court, no evidence supported Min Hee-jin's claim. The ruling revealed, Hanni testified that she heard something like, "Just pretend you don't know them and walk past," but couldn't recall the exact wording. Min Hee-jin then sent a message asking, "Did they say ignore her? Is that what you mean?" Indicating that the phrase ignore originated from Min Hee-jin herself. In other words, while Hanni herself wasn't sure about what was said, it was Min Hee-jin who pushed the ignore her narrative. The court also pointed out that CCTV footage showed all 3 ILLIT members bowing to Hanni, directly contradicting the claim that she was treated disrespectfully. It stated, "Based on the video, it is difficult to accept that Hanni experienced any demeaning or hostile behavior." This verdict not only discredits the original ignore her story, but also undermines Min Hee-jin's previous accusations, suggesting she exaggerated or reframed the situation to make it seem as if Hanni had been mistreated. And with this latest ruling, Min Hee-jin faces yet another setback in her ongoing legal battles with HYBE over control of ADOR and the activities of NJZ, while Hanni herself is now facing the full force of public criticism. Netizens continue to debate whether Hanni was a victim of manipulation or an active participant in spreading a false story. But for now, the majority appear to believe she owes a public apology. So Joysters, what do you think? Do you believe Hanni truly misunderstood what happened, or did she knowingly go along with a false narrative? And do you think she should issue a public apology now that the court's ruling has cleared ILLIT and put the blame on Min Jin? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. Thanks for tuning in to KJoy. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're always first to know what's happening in the world of K-pop. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and stay tuned.